Welcome to Eldora Veterinary Care's Puppy Preschool Orientation. This slideshow will go over what to expect from the puppy preschool classes and how to get prepared for them. First, congratulations on your new puppy. Adding a new pet to your family is a huge, exciting step and will hopefully provide you with many years of loving and fun companionship. Congratulations, too, on signing up for these classes. Socialization is truly one of the most important things you can do to ensure that your puppy grows into an emotionally healthy adult dog. This presentation is designed to make sure you and your puppy are ready to attend your first class. These classes are busy and they move quickly, so it's nice when everyone starts on the same page. First, we will talk about what socialization is, the socialization period, and positive, proactive socialization. We will review what it takes to be a successful canine parent, and we'll briefly review clicker training as well. We will talk about what puppy preschool is and is not, and we'll go over the typical class structure. We will review the requirements for the puppies and for you, their families. Finally, we'll make sure you know exactly what you need to bring to class. In a veterinary clinic, we are always concerned with the physical health of a puppy, a normal heartbeat, healthy teeth, appropriate growth. But what veterinarians can't necessarily protect against are issues with the emotional and behavioral development of animals. And in fact, the leading cause of death in companion animals isn't any physical disease, it's behavior. Bad behavior can severely damage the human-animal bond that commonly leads to relinquishment of the pet to a shelter where they run an extremely high risk of euthanasia. Behavior is shaped by three things: genetics, experience, and learning. Genetics we cannot control, but experience and learning we can. During the socialization period, which with dogs lasts from about 3 weeks of age to just 3 months of age, dogs are very impressionable and open to learning new things. And what they are exposed to during this time in a positive and safe environment, they are much less likely to have issues with later in life. Socialization acts as a vaccine against behavior problems. By exposing puppies to a vast array of new people, animals, environments, noises, surfaces, etc., we can positively shape your dog's future reactions. Puppy preschool is a safe, fun environment to expand your puppy's world. So there are 5 basic rules to being a good dog guardian. First, be fair. Understand your dog's perspective. We'll just mention briefly now, please, if you have it in mind, forget the whole alpha dog theory. This theory that our relationship with dogs is based on a fight for dominance has been very popular in recent years and frankly is just wrong and can be very damaging to your bond with your puppy. Your dog wants to live harmoniously with you. He doesn't want to dominate you. We'll get into that more in class. Rule number 2, be a good teacher. If you think about a human classroom, a teacher who spends a class period just yelling at the students when they do something wrong will not be successful, respected, or liked. The teacher needs to organize activities to set her students up for success. You need to do the same thing with your puppy. Rule 3, be a good communicator. The 2 key ways we can communicate with our dogs in an educational sense is either with punishment when they do the wrong thing, or reinforcement or reward when they do the right thing. Study after study has proven that dogs are much more responsive to reward than punishment, which is why we are proponents for positive reinforcement. Rule 4, be consistent and predictable. This is probably the biggest problem that larger families are going to have. It's very important that all members of the family, those who will be interacting with and disciplining the pup, are on the same page as far as training, the rules, the rewards, etc. Of course, this isn't always possible, especially with younger children in the mix. but this is a part of the reason why we encourage the whole family to come to puppy preschool classes. Rule 5, be your puppy's advocate. Your puppy is going to be living in a human-driven world, and that can be really overwhelming. In this class, we will actively help you to learn to read his body language so that you can really help advocate on his behalf. Training is our way of communicating to our dog how we want them to behave. When it comes to learning, remember this: you didn't learn to read or how to ride a bicycle in one day. It takes time, and training your dog takes time as well. The more consistent we can be with training, the faster our dogs will learn, and that's why we absolutely love clicker training. With clicker training, a click is used to mark good behavior and is immediately followed by a reward or a treat. So when dogs quickly learn to associate a click with subsequent delivery of a treat, and then that teaches them that they want to repeat that good behavior. Ultimately, the click can be replaced with a command or a hand signal. Clicker training is very rewarding. It's very quick, puppies love it, and the results are long-lasting. By 8 weeks of age, puppies basically have an adult brain, so anything they learn at that age will be with them for life. During socialization classes, we will discuss training topics, but they are not meant to be a true training class. We do offer an introduction to clicker training class here at Eldora Veterinary Care, which is a great way to learn how to get started with clicker training specifically. Okay, let's talk about the puppy preschool class structure. There are 5 basic parts to each class. During puppy play sessions, puppies will have time for off-leash interactions and play with the other pups. This is a great way for them to learn to communicate and play with other puppies. In a brief discussion, we will cover 1 to 2 training topics every week. Topics like sit, stay, etc. Similarly, we will have a brief talk about common problem prevention topics such as crate training, potty training, jumping on counters, digging, and so on. During Pass the Puppies section, we will pass puppies from one human to the next to help your puppy learn to be away from you and to meet a variety of new people. Finally, exploration is one of the most important parts of puppy socialization classes. Exploration lasts about 20 minutes. We will have 5 to 6 unique stations set up around the room that each puppy will rotate to. At each station, there will be something new for the puppies to be exposed to, things like exam tables, vacuum cleaners, different types of surfaces, and so on. The goal of this is to expose the puppies to lots of new experiences so that they are desensitized to them in the future. To recap so that everyone has reasonable expectations, puppy preschool is not a puppy free-for-all. At no point during class will we give up control of our puppies. Even during puppy playtimes, the instructors are always in control. Preschool is also not meant to be scary or overwhelming for puppies. It's really important, in fact, that the puppies find the experience enjoyable. Puppies might get tired during class, but it's up to the instructor to ensure that your puppy is happy and feels safe during the entire class time, even if that means sitting out a playtime or spending some extra time with his family away from the group. We will discuss a lot of training topics and you will have a lot to work on at home, but as we've mentioned, puppy preschool classes are not designed to be true training classes. Similarly, classes are just 45 minutes long and there is a lot to fit into that time. There will definitely be times for questions, but please be respectful that it's important for us to keep things moving and not to spend too much time on any one issue or question. Now let's talk about the requirements of the puppies coming to puppy preschool. Now the socialization period runs from about 3 to 12 weeks of age, but typically you'll be adopting your puppies right around 6 weeks, and that's as early as they can get their first distemper vaccination. So the ideal age for puppies to start coming to class is right around 7 or 8 weeks of age. Once they've been adopted away from their moms, and about a week or so after they've gotten that first distemper vaccine. Ideally, puppies will start coming to preschool by 12 weeks of age to capture that socialization period age. You are more than welcome to come to as many classes as you can during that age range. The more you attend, the more you and your puppy will learn. And sometimes it can take puppies a class or two to get comfortable with everything. Generally, puppies must be in good health to attend preschool. They need to have been examined by a veterinarian prior to coming to class and deemed healthy. And when they come to class, they should be bright and alert, their eyes and nose free from excessive discharge, no coughing, no sneezing, no vomiting, no diarrhea, and their skin coats should be healthy. We don't want to be transmitting ringworm, fleas, etc. around to other puppies. As for vaccines, puppies must have received a distemper parvo vaccine at least 7 days prior to coming to class, and then every 3 to 4 weeks until 14 to 16 weeks of age. The puppy must have received a kennel cough vaccine. The timing of that is not as important and can be given the same day as class. Also, all vaccinations must have been administered by a veterinarian. We will not accept vaccines that were given by either a breeder or by the owner. As for parasite control, we highly recommend you treat your puppies with a high-quality flea preventative that lasts at least 30 days. We don't require it because it might not be necessary in the middle of winter, but we do highly recommend it. We do require that all puppies be dewormed every 4 weeks. Now for requirements of the people coming to class. Any family members who will be actively involved in the training of the puppy are very welcome. This includes children, so long as they're old enough and they have the attention span to sit through a 45-minute class. However, for every child under 8 years of age, there needs to be one adult. Also, you must submit the proper paperwork. There's a registration form and training liability waiver that can be found at the clinic or on our website. We also need proof of exam and vaccines if you don't vet here at Eldora Veterinary Care. Okay, so what should you bring to class? First, bring your puppy, and ideally bring him when he's hungry. A hungry puppy is going to work a little bit harder to get his rewards. So if you can, don't feed him a few hours prior to class. Also bring a flat nylon leash. 4 to 6 feet usually work well. Please do not bring retractables. Similarly, a nice flat collar that fits your puppy well. We don't want to be working with choke or prong collars at this age. If you can, bring a special mat or a towel for your puppy to hang out on when he's not actively playing or interacting during class. And bring a lot of small, pea-sized treats that your dog loves. They sell small-sized treats in pet food stores and online, but you can just bring dog food, kibble, or you can cut up regular treats into smaller pieces. But we really want them to be small, and we really want the dog to love them. So make sure you test this out before you come to class. Treats are hugely important when it comes to clicker training and positive reinforcement. So if we can get these puppies to be food motivated, we will be happier in the end. And finally, if your dog has a favorite toy he likes to play with or chew on, go ahead and bring it. It's not a requirement, but sometimes that can help occupy them when we aren't actively interacting with them. So that's all for this presentation. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to call us. We are very much looking forward to seeing you in class. Make sure that we have your email address so that we can add you to our Facebook group. We will post lots of class updates, review information, frequently asked questions, etc. So make sure we have that information, and we will look forward to seeing you in your next class.